Hi guys, it's Carolyn. Today I am going to be showing you how to make this top. Now, obviously, we're all stuck in the house at the moment and trying to keep ourselves busy. I found an old bag of fabric that is from leftovers from making dresses, and I just felt like I needed to sew just to keep myself sane. This is made from an old t-shirt, so what you need to do is find an old t-shirt that you're not bothered about cutting up, because we're going to use that as the pattern. We're going to cut it out and then use that as a template to cut out your new top. The ideal fabric for this project would be something with a wee bit of a stretch. For this, you will need about 1 metre of fabric. This is a t-shirt I started off with, just a plain old white t-shirt. On and marked where I wanted my new top to start with the frill. At this point you could do any other alterations like lowering the neckline. I'm now cutting out where I want the top frill to start, so I'm going to get rid of that bottom section because I want the frill to be right on my waistline. Now I'm going to take my scissors and cut up all the seams. Be really careful and try and cut them as close to where they're sewn as possible. You should then have some pattern pieces that look like this. That's the back and that's the front. You then want to use this as a pattern to cut out of the pink fabric. The front section is cut on the fold, so when you open it up it should look like that. Now remember to add your 1 cm seam allowance all the way around the pattern piece, and also to mark the front and the back of the sleeves so that you have them round the right way. I've also decided that I'm going to cut the sleeves longer, so I am just going to bring them down to make them a little bit longer. Once you finish cutting out the sleeve, you should have something that looks like this. You're going to fold it over and sew down here. When I tried the sleeve on my arm, it was a bit baggy for me, so I actually decided to make it a little bit more slimline and sewed further in. I'm going to start sewing the main body of the t-shirt together. These are 2 back pieces and I'm going to be sewing all the way down here. I'm then taking my back and my front and I'm going to be sewing them together down the side seams and also the shoulder seams. Down here and across here. Once you turn it inside out, it should look like this. I'm now going to insert the sleeve into the sleeve hole. So remember, you've marked your front and back on the sleeve, so make sure you put it in the right way round. For your frill, you're going to measure the front, top and back, and then you're going to use a big long strip of your fabric and pleat it into the right size. I've done lots of tiny little pleats like this. To insert the pleat, you're going to fold it like this and sew right along here all the way round. Once you have the pleat sewn all the way around, you flip it back and it should look like this. You need to do a facing to finish off the collar of your top. So you're going to mark out the facing on the t-shirt and then cut it out. You should have a front and back facing that looks like this. You want to put them together and sew along the shoulder seams again. You then want to attach it to your top, so pin it all the way round the collar, good sides together, and sew it all the way around like this. And then you want to snip a couple of small snips on the curves on the seam allowance so that when you turn it back inside out, the curve is nice and neat. Once it's pressed with the iron, it should look like this. I added another little frill into the sleeve using the same technique. You also have to finish the edge of the frills as well, so you just double fold that over and stitch. There are so many different options on how to make this top. You could leave the sleeves off and do the same idea with the little frill. If you're struggling to get the top on, you could leave a little peephole here and make a little button at the top. I hope this tutorial has given you a few ideas on how to get your creative juices flowing.